Hey everybody, how's it going? Colin's not tickled, man. I swear to God. Colin, you know I hate being tickled.
I love a good tickle intro.
Oh God, I hate being tickled. Colin knows I hate being tickled.
Good evening.
Damn, you stole my line,
Yeah.
you son of a bitch.
This is Colin here.
Damn it. Go ahead, lead the intro.
Yeah.
You already started, might as well.
I don't know, something boys and girls and stuff.
I like the fact we've done this multiple times. He's like, oh, whatever, I've been paying attention. I just let the coon go ahead and introduce us, but whatever, that's
I
fine.
nailed it.
Coon.
Nice, good one. Well, who are you here with, Colin, since you want to do the intro?
Oh, I'm here with Hunter
Hi.
and Nearman.
So,
Crowd goes crazy.
yes, that's true. So, Scott did not see this. We just had him watch the trailer. But me and Colin did watch this movie called Mom's
Oh wait,
Night.
you guys watched the movie?
We watched this, yeah.
What?
And, oh man.
I liked it.
Do you want me to say what I thought of it, of the trailer, and then you tell me
I
what you
would
thought
love
of
to
the
get
movie?
your thoughts, actually. Yeah, please.
Well, no, this was one of those trailers I was like, I kind of want to not like this movie, but it actually looked like it could be funny and somewhat sentimental and possibly enjoyable. And I felt like
You're right.
I might have liked it. So go ahead. That was
It
my...
wasn't, and you wouldn't have.
Yeah, let's just take the suspense out of it right now. It is absolutely terrible.
Oh, no.
Like, Scott, no. Like, let me put this in terms for you. It's Jack and Jill terrible. Like, it is so...
Really? It looks like kind of like a fun, I didn't want to like it. Like, it looked like, oh, looks gay, but, like, it looked like something that might be fun.
Scott.
Let me just say, we just watched the trailer too. It perhaps might be the most deceiving trailer I've ever watched in my entire life.
Huh.
Because it seems like so full of heart,
Right.
and like good times and fun and laughter and crazy situations. But like it's like a series of one joke that falls flat on its face after another, and it's so painful. I remember it was painful.
Scott, let me just tell you right now. So me and Colin had a ride home the night that we watched this. That was absolutely hilarious. But basically, we watched this movie, and Colin
In theater?
No. We Redbox this shit. But there was a point where Colin looked over at me and he said, this is what he said verbatim. This might be the worst fucking movie I've seen in my life. Colin literally just looked at me. And
I really, really didn't like
it. Colin, I haven't seen Colin get that mad since, oh God, I'm trying to even think. R.I.P.D. That was the last time I saw Colin.
Never mind. R.I.P.D. is worse than this. But
yeah, but
it's pretty close.
Yeah, no, it's surprisingly close, Scott. Like, you're watching this and you're just like, how could you make a movie this boring? Like, it's almost a feat that they made a movie this boring. So, let me very quickly describe the quote unquote plot.
Can I just tell you guys something really quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
I just got my finger stuck in a bottle for like a good 3 minutes, and I'm really worried about it. Alright, go ahead.
Scott, I love you so much.
If that would have happened in Mom's Night Out, it would have probably been the funniest joke in the movie.
Scott, actually watching you try to get your finger out of that bottle would definitely be like better than Mom's Night Out.
I would rather watch Scott's finger stuck in a bottle for an hour and a half than rewatch Mom's Night Out.
Yeah, I got my finger.
I don't know. I'm pretty entertaining.
I got my fingers.
I said I'd rather watch your finger in a bottle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, thanks.
I got my finger caught in something one time, but it wasn't a bottle. But anyways, so moving on. But
get out of here!
It was the pinky we were referenced earlier.
Okay, yeah.
But
bringing it all back around.
Yeah, there you go. See what happens. See what happens when you listen to all our podcasts. They all connect together.
I'm thinking, like, oh man, I just said that on our podcast, huh?
Yeah, it's the rich tapestry that connects all.
We should reward our listeners with the Easter egg I was gonna say.
Ooh.
Oh, that's right. You want to go ahead?
What was the Easter egg I was gonna say?
I don't remember.
Well, you're just gonna have to keep listening then.
Yeah, we'll throw
Wait,
these.
no, it was like something about Marvel.
I know that wasn't it. Like
About the practice, maybe? Was it about the practice?
Colin, that
Yes, the teeth. Marvel is making a new lawyer
Yeah!
movie called
Iron Lawyer.
The-
Iron Attorney.
Iron Practice. It's just a bunch of iron lawyers solving crimes and shooting missiles at aliens, and it's gonna be just a treat.
It's pretty much like Matlock plus Iron Man.
Oh man, can we at least throw out like Diagnosis Murder? Do you remember that show?
Yes,
Did anyone
I
else watch that
do.
besides me?
Yep.
I love that show. But yeah, anyway, so just to give you a very quick plot, so what's her name? Sarah Drew, who I don't recognize her at all, but she plays a girl named Allison who is a mom of 3 kids. The dad is always gone, who's played by Sean Astin, Rudy, as Colin pointed out to me, because I didn't even recognize him. I was
Yeah,
like,
how was he in this movie?
oh man, it's
Sam.
it's bad. He's bad. Like
Yeah, he wasn't funny.
at all. And so pretty much all this movie made me think was, okay, you had 3 kids. You probably weren't ready for these 3 kids, like, at all. You probably should have stopped after 1 and let, like, 1 grow up before you thought about having every kid. And then the second thing was, he's gone all the time for work, so she's left to really take care of the kids. And so she's stressed out, who wouldn't be taking care of 3, 5, 6, 7-year-olds. And number 3, she just doesn't know how to take a break or send these kids off like somewhere, or she's taking on so much being a mom, and it does just come down to that fact of, look, to get into the to my psyche a little bit. In a perfect world, I would have 2 kids. I think 3 is too many. Like, personally, that's just me. If you have 3 kids or more, good for you. But it shows her these 3 kids, and you're like, yeah, you're stressed out. You're taking care of 3 fucking kids by yourself. And so these kids are, drawn on walls and with crayon, and they're trying to make her breakfast, and, they fuck up the kitchen, and she's like, oh my god, I'm so overwhelmed. And,
Then so like everybody at the same time looks at each other and goes, "You know what we need? A mom's night out."
What's funny is it's not quite that, because of course she's in church, go figure, and the whole big kind of tie up to this is that Patricia Heaton, who was on Everybody Loves Raymond.
Oh yeah, how I saw that was such a weird casting to me when I saw her in that.
Yeah, she plays Sandra, who's like the pastor's wife, I believe. She's in this, and like the big tie up to this whole story is pretty much like, hey, God won't give you more than you can handle. You just got to hang in there. And the whole thing is, yeah, God won't give you more than you can handle, but you don't want to, like, overload your plate, and make it harder on yourself. 3 kids, I'm sure, isn't helping,
It's like a white person's Tyler Perry movie.
That, dude, you hit the nail on the holy shit.
Okay, so this whole movie, this whole movie,
you win a bear. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
A polar bear.
Yeah,
This movie's so white. So
They're black underneath.
Oh man, I love you. Colin.
even like the black characters are so white, but
they're hunters pretty much.
The worst part about this movie is that it's like the whole thing is a sitcom. It's all like situational comedy.
Yeah.
Except none of the actors and actresses, none of them are comedians. Like maybe the Raymond chick is kind of, but she's still kind of just played like the straight.
Yeah.
The straight character. Yeah, straight woman. Where it's just like, she's the one always angry and Raymond's always like, I got in trouble.
That was a great Ray Romano. Like, holy shit. Colin, you need to start doing Ray Romano all the time. Holy crap, you nailed it.
That sounds like one of the Muppets.
I was going to say, That was a horrible remake.
I thought that was a great.
No,
remake.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
really,
no, I enjoyed that great. You know what? This movie could have used some Muppets because this was like.
Okay, let me just say, if Ray Romano's in this movie, it immediately gets better. But
True.
the main actress is so not funny. She's not a comedian, like at all. She's like the most Grey's Anatomy type girl in the world.
Yeah,
It's like every person in the show is like on like some drama show, and they're all being thrown into like this sitcom style movie, and it's like, oh man, they try so hard to like be funny. I'm like, if this is like Kristen Wiig and like a series of other like funny women, like this is probably pretty funny.
Yeah.
Like the situational humor, like the situations they're in, there's like, yeah, it's kind of wacky and funny and whatever, but like everything falls flat, and I think it's all on the actors.
No, you know,
and
like,
the director seemed god awful.
Oh, okay. So I don't know if you remember me.
There's no way that many actors are bad without the director just being horrible at directing.
Well, see, this is how bad this was, Scott. So it looks like they're in, and I can't confirm this, even though I fucking live there. I should be able to, but it looks like they're in Austin or maybe L.A. Like it's a big city, right? And even the way it's shot, the cinematography is some of the worst cinematography I've ever seen in a movie. Like, it's mind blowing how they're in a big city, and it makes it look so shitty that you're just like, I would never visit this place. Like, if you paid me, and you're just like, how is that?
So what's the main plot? Like what's trying to, they're just trying to like get a night out and just shit happens?
That's the main plot. Like that's literally it. And like this is
so it's like the half of the movie could be called Dad's Night In.
Because
like the dads all take like babysitting duty for the night, and then
that sounds horrible.
And then
exactly, Sean Astin's like, Frodo, we gotta watch all these kids.
But then like the dad ends up like breaking his like ankle or something like that, or like one of the kids gets hurt. I can't fucking remember. But then they have to go to the hospital, and then that's the lame thread to tie. Like, oh hey, look, we ran to your mom outside. And, oh hey, isn't that crazy? And you're just like, oh for fuck's like.
Wait, it's like a Hangover movie where they go back and see what their
It kind of is, but like not even closer.
It doesn't literally go back in time. But they like retrace their steps and shit.
Oh. Yeah.
But like all the moms, and there's like 3 moms, right?
Yes.
So
and they don't even look like moms. They look like they're like late 20s, which I guess some moms are, but like late 20s, like, or maybe even a little bit older with
look at my Facebook friends list. I can definitely show you a bunch of moms.
Yeah, so basically they're out and they're like trying to do like young bitches shit, like get white girl wasted.
Yeah.
And like
Hunter would sniff them out.
They go to a club and it's like, oh man, this DJ's like the music's loud and like other dumbass jokes that would just everything falls flat. Like I said, like none of them are funny, and it's just all the situations they get into. And, oh man, that would be awkward, wouldn't it? Oh
yeah.
So it's like it's trying to be a comedy. Is it like they're just kind of like force it?
It's trying really hard to be a comedy, and it's just You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of a movie version of Mulaney. That's what it reminded me of. Just how every joke you're like.
Can I say something about Mulaney real quick?
Go ahead.
I haven't seen a full episode, but I'm bummed because I like him as a stand-up.
I do too.
Comedian. I think he's actually I think he's a writer for
SNL.
Yeah. SNL. Yeah.
Yeah. The show's like Lauren Michaels.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. But I like his stand-up. I think he's a funny dude. But what I've seen from the sitcom or whatever is he just doesn't put it together as a actor, I guess.
Go ahead, Colin.
The sitcom is it's like he is funny, but he's so much better as a stand-up comedian because he does. It's literally like the format is like so similar to Seinfeld.
Yeah,
right.
He opens up and he literally does like like a minute or two of stand-up for the live studio audience, and it is a live studio audience. Like different stages, like an actual like studio audience sitcom. And his stand-up at the start is the best part by far.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
When he's doing a stand-up, it's funny. But then, oh man, I think I can't go back in time to where like I can do the Seinfeld thing again. He's like, he has this admiration towards the Seinfeld era of like sitcoms,
Yeah.
Right.
where it was like these like studio audience type of things.
Show about nothing.
Yeah, and plus it's literally like, you know, like set up punchline, set up punchline, set up punchline, and it's not a laugh track. It's a literal audience there
Yeah.
watching, and they're laughing every time. And I don't know if I can do it.
It's like Dads with John Mulaney.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Ouch.
I think Mulaney could be good if they got rid of the studio audience and went more like, you know, new air, like the way things are now.
Okay, yeah.
If they
I don't know if that's necessarily true. I mean,
Maybe like a Parks and Rec feel with him or something, or like something else.
I don't know if the cast is great either.
they're not.
Like Martin Short isn't awesome. The supporting cast is really bad.
They are.
Like his friend, who's the black guy, I don't think
is
he's very
terrible.
funny.
He's terrible.
The girl isn't that funny.
He's not.
He's definitely the funniest part, but even on the show, he just comes off a little corny.
Yeah, but yeah, him saying you're the funniest star of Mulaney is like saying you're like the smartest Kardashian. Like, it's just not like, it doesn't mean a whole lot. So.
Speaking, we could go off that for.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that next.
How do we not do a podcast on that one?
Yeah, we should discuss that next. But
Is that photoshopped? I mean, like, really, like, did they use like the?
It's all real, I think.
Yeah,
man.
apparently that's all real. But
It's a photo shoot.
Possible.
yeah, but
Like,
just to wrap this up, like, look, guys, I'm you know those movies
little
like
in the middle, but she got much back.
just nice, but you know those movies like
I was
something.
talking about Mom's Night Out.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, there's little in the middle, but actually, it's still there's nothing in the back.
Oh my God.
It ends terribly.
So you know those movies like that
Suck.
that well, yeah, those, but also those movies that like you can put on for your kid that's like a virtual babysitter, you know what I mean, where you're like doing your taxes. If you love your child, don't put this on for them. Like, put them in front of a fucking fish tank.
Like you might throw
fun.
on like Baby Geniuses or something. Like you'll just throw it on.
I am so happy you brought that up because I was gonna say this is a perfect companion piece to Baby's Day Out. Do you remember that movie?
No.
Colin, you remember Baby's Day Out?
Oh wait, yeah, I think I do.
But, okay, but you bless you. But you at least like the idea. You at least remember that.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a movie like Three Men and a Baby or like a show or something?
Yeah, like
Two guys who grew up in a pizza place, something like that.
that was a show actually.
Oh, okay, cool.
But
For some reason, when you describe this movie, it sounds like vaguely sort of like Hall Pass, where like
oh man, that's
like the
unfortunate.
guys
It's a
kind of
lot
do
like
their
Hall
own
Pass.
thing,
That's
and
another not good movie.
yeah.
Hall Pass was better than this though.
Yeah, Owen Wilson was in that one.
It has a lot of the same qualities where it's like the guys like realize like, oh my god, like our moms are so stressed out, they just have to deal with these kids every day.
Yeah,
And,
exactly.
you know,
Yeah, and I feel like that about like Sex Tape too. Just some of these movies, like I got done with it. I'm like, just give that money to like starving kids in Africa instead of making this film. Like it took millions of dollars to create this film. Like not worth it. Just pay Cameron Diaz and Jason Segel like $1 million and then just not make it.
You know what I think the worst part about Mom's Night Out was that it was just such a sad like try. Like they were just trying so hard. Okay, so literally like we watched Blended, that like new Adam Sandler and like Drew Barrymore movie.
Yeah.
Like right afterwards. And Blended was horrible, but I thought Mom's Night Out was worse because they were like trying so hard. And like
because you're going into the Sandler movie, you're like, oh, this is just another stupid Adam Sandler movie. And you're like, yep. But then you go into this one like, oh, maybe it's a little better.
Yeah, like they were the polar opposite on the same scale of terrible. like there's the like when you're just swimming in the terrible pool, like one's on the deep end of like we tried really hard and failed. And then the other's Adam Sandler, where like we don't give a shit. Here's your piece of shit movie. Have fun watching it.
But see, it's funny you said because I would give points to a movie that clearly tried and just didn't work out. You know what I mean? Like
not Mom's Night Out.
But that's not Mom's
solely
Night Out.
because of Mom's Night Out. I disagree because they did. They tried so hard.
Do you think they tried? 'Cause I don't think they
Absolutely. Did you
Really?
see that trailer? They were trying to play it off like this is going to be some beautiful, emotional, like good, great, fun time.
See, I think the person
and like Sean Astin read this script and was clearly like, "This is the new Hobbit, Rudy. Like,
Yeah.
let's do this."
I think the person who cut the trailer deserves a raise because the trailer, if you look at just the trailer, you're like, wow, maybe this is something. But I think the director of this movie and the screenwriters were just like, oh man, like we'll probably get the. I don't know if you guys remember, but Nickelodeon for a while was doing that like Mom's Night In, like their Nick at Night block, and it was all these shows dedicated to moms. I was like, that's what it felt like. It felt like the people were like, oh yeah, let's make a movie that could go at this time slot, and like.
Speaking as someone who's seen the trailer, I totally agree. Like, I feel like they led me on to feel like I got kind of like a like family, sort of like Family Stone-ish kind of like like romantic comedy, like kind of like what's the movie I'm trying to think of? I don't know, just kind of like it would be sort of sweet a little bit. But it doesn't sound like it turned out that way.
That's the thing. It's like, I hear what you're saying, Hunter. I just don't think that's the case.
Hey, fair enough.
I think the director was like, we're gonna go in and we're gonna just make this warm, endearing, like just hilariously funny movie. And like, it probably is funny to like dumb kids, little kids, and moms, which is you know who's probably like, but it's so. Not universally funny. Like, you can make a movie like this, which is universally funny, so, like, even me, who has no experience, like, with kids, or, like, you know, I'm not a little kid anymore, so I don't know what it is to be, like, a kid going to school and having a mom that wants to get the fuck out of the house. Like, that's, like, 20 years ago.
Okay.
So I mean, I'm just saying, like, this is so not universally funny, but I really feel like they were trying.
Okay, fair enough.
Which is so sad.
Yeah.
What are you guys' grades? What do you think overall?
To wrap this up, I mean, this is where it gets kind of difficult because you know, like, a Go Fuck Yourself is something that like it's something that made me mad. And I was too bored to be mad, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean? I was just kind of indifferent to it. So, like, this is bad. Like, don't get me wrong. It's really bad. And there's so many... I would rather put on Cars for a kid than put this on. At least it's bright and shiny, and the kid can be like, oh, hey, you know, talking Cars, sure. And Cars is terrible, just for the record. But,
whoa. No, I'm just kidding.
But... I'll be kind and I'll give this a D. Like, and I feel like that's being too kind, but I'll stick with it. So I'll give it a D.
So I agree with you in the sense that you're saying, like, a Go Fuck Yourself is like, I'm angry. Like,
yeah.
This movie didn't make me angry. This movie made me sad. I was like, you're trying so hard and you're failing so miserably. Like, this, like, I have to create like a new grade. Like, this grade is I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed.
Oh god.
Which is probably somewhere in between a Go Fuck Yourself and a D. So it's like a D minus.
Okay, fair enough.
That was beautiful.
But that was actually very articulate the way you put that. Well done.
Well, thanks. I'm like 10 shots deep, so that's
But yeah, I mean just don't watch it. And I will say, growing up with music the way I did, Trace Adkins is in this, like, country legend Trace Adkins, and he plays a biker, and you're just like, that was the point where I went, okay, you're not escaping at least a D here. It's just like, god damn, really? And I will say, if there's any positive, people in the Bible Belt, like in Texas and all that, they would probably love this movie, because there's a huge Christian overtone to this movie. Like, they're like,
their IQs are below 100.
Yeah. Yeah,
that doesn't hurt.
Yeah, true. You were right when you said it's a white Tyler Perry movie, because man, they are in church so much in the beginning of this movie. It's like, hey, you know.
Oh, definitely.
So yeah, it's bad. It's really bad, but it's not. You know, if someone put a gun in your head, you wouldn't, you know, pull the trigger watching this. But
Like, if someone gave you a choice to watch this movie or blow your brains out, you'd probably watch this movie,
Yeah, I mean,
but
Yeah.
other than
yeah.
that, you would never see this movie.
I mean, yeah. If you're watching,
That's the only reason.
yeah, if you're watching Dads, you would pull the trigger. But I mean,
Yes.
or the Cleveland Show. Ugh. But anyway,
I love that theme song, though.
Like Colin just knocked something over.
Well done.
Yeah, that was well done. But
You're welcome, America.
go ahead and subscribe to us. And Scott, do you have a great outro?
Oh yeah, we got that SoundCloud shit. You know what I'm talking about? That Real Pineapple 775 all up in your grill. You're welcome.
Oh, Scott, Colin's doing the Daniel Bryan yes chant right now. It's beautiful. But yeah, go ahead and subscribe, guys. Follow me on Twitter at jhunterrealpineapple, and we will.
Why don't you follow me at sand_man_90? There you go.
Do you have a Twitter?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. What the fuck? You didn't tell me that?
Yeah, I'm so new age.
Colin, do you have a Twitter, sir?
No, but if any of you guys want to be my friend on PS4, my name is Big Scoop 15. I play Destiny on the reg, so let's go.
Oh,
there you go.
Also,
you've been
Must
called
Have
out.
President
You've been put on
2016.
notice, America.
Have a good night, guys.